Good morning, guys. I hope we're all sparkly. Today we're going to start with a story. Two bulls at the top of a hill. A dad bull and a son bull. The son bull looks down and says, "Look, Dad, there's a field full of cows. Let's run down and have sex with one of them." Dad bull, "Son, I've got a better idea. Let's walk down and have sex with them all." I love that story. What does it demonstrate? Wisdom and experience. Something you lack when you're a numpty in your teens with your raging testosterone, making bad choices that have, funnily enough, led you to be sat watching me in my Land Rover. Young, dumb, and full of, well, we all make mistakes. But as long as we learn from them and move forwards, you'll be golden. But we don't, do we? When we're older and the weight of the world is on our shoulders, we're full of responsibility, angst. We don't know where to turn, but we've essentially just lost a semblance of normality and our sense of priorities are distorted. Why? Because this machine is bollocks. But you need to redefine, reprioritize what's actually important to you and go for that. When you've got low testosterone, that's difficult. The distortion in your physiology has a negative impact in your psychology. Whether it be your conscious thought, whether it be your lack of energy, your poor sleep, all the negative symptoms that accompany low testosterone, you can't see the wood for the trees. So when you've got testosterone in your system, flooding round, what should you do with it? You should be active. Now, I bang on about this all the time, and some people misinterpret what I mean by being active. I mean, really, be productive. Keep moving forwards. Because as I've said before, the happiest people I know are the most active, productive people I know. We'd all like to sit on a mountain and ponder the meaning of life, but we don't have the skills, and our biology is wanting us to move forwards, to survive. And whilst we don't need to survive, because obviously there are no saber-toothed tigers, and food is in plenty, and we seek our reward from eating and becoming chunky monkeys, we need to take a step back and rethink our priorities. Well, young, dumb, and full of, the good old days. What was different about things back then? Outside of not having the responsibilities that are now burdening us, we were active, weren't we? We didn't think too much. We simply got on with it. So testosterone replacement therapy should give you that opportunity to get on with it again. Stop ruminating, stop worrying, because I'm going to do a film quote now. Sometimes you've got to say, what the fuck? What the fuck brings you freedom? Freedom brings you opportunity. Opportunity makes your future. I love films. I always try and get a film quote in. Obviously, films now are atrocious. I'm going through a bit of a John Carpenter phase because The Thing is probably like one of my all-time favourite films. The films now are guff. Too much special effects, lack of story, lack of originality. But films back in the day was somebody's imagination. And isn't that wonderful? That imagination has produced this incredible film that you're enjoying. And when you've got low testosterone, you lack that capacity to enjoy things. But when you've got normal testosterone and you come from a state of low testosterone, it isn't an automatic fix. It's still your conscious decision to choose opportunity over threat. And that's a thing that a lot of people who use low testosterone or their condition as a crux fail to appreciate. I've got this, so I can't do this. Now I want to do this, but I've got this, and this is stopping me. Now, I've had a bad knee for over a year from doing hill sprints with lids. Every time I got to the bottom, I turned to the right. So I did my medial meniscus. So I'm awaiting an injection from the medical director of the Premier League. So yeah, can't wait for that. He's told me it's going to be incredibly painful. So does that stop me? No, I wake up, I'm in pain every single day. I put my foot to the floor and my knee aches. What do? I crack on. Because actually, it gets easier as I move. Why? Movement stimulates synovial fluid production. And what's the hormone that's necessary for that? Estradiol. So we need a nice balance of testosterone to estrogen to DHT for function. Got a bit of an impingement in my shoulder. Is that going to stop me? No. I'm going to train properly for function, not 1 rep maxes anymore. 1 rep maxes are a bit retarded, really. You'll know in extreme situations you can actually muster superhuman power. So you've heard of like women picking cars up to get their babies out from underneath. You can achieve incredible things. And that's because of a massive surge in adrenaline. Your sympathetic nervous system is working overtime. So 1 rep maxes might be impressive, but not really for form and function. And as you get older, you understand the need for form and function. When we're young and our egos are running wild, it's all about how much can you bench, how much can you squat. Lifting heavy weights is super important because, as my mum said to me, why do you want to lift heavy weights, Rob? I said, well, I want to be the best version of myself. And she said, me and your dad have been struggling to move that cabinet. Can you help me? So I said, listen, Mum, sit down. And I picked up the cabinet and I moved it. I said, listen, that's why I lift heavy weights. Because I don't want to be reliant on anybody else apart from me. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't ask for help, because when you're actually struggling and you do not have the expertise and knowledge to solve the problem, you need to ask for help. And there's absolutely no shame in that. Actually, there is wisdom in doing that. So when something is outside of your comfort zone, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try and chase it, but you should also understand your limitations and understand that we do live in communities for a reason, because it's good to talk and we do need each other. Well, I'm going to crack on with the day. It's a busy day as usual, a challenging day full of hormonal men. Oh, every day's a dream. Every day is an opportunity. Opportunity breeds freedom. I've messed that up now, haven't I? Opportunity makes your future.